And secondly, we said that in order to know how to, because this whole message is broken into three parts. First, I want to teach you how to get a prophetic word. The second thing I want to teach you is how to steward prophetic words. And then the third thing I want to teach you is what to do when you're experiencing some kind of delay with the words that you have received from the Lord. And so we're still in the first part of the series, how to get a legitimate prophecy from the Lord. Because the devil will be selling all kinds of things that look like God, but are not. And a lot of us are running with things that we perceive to be God, but is not. What is the shape of a real word from the Lord? And we said that that's number 2. You must know what prophecy is and what it is not. So number 1, you must understand that this life is a script from a book that is not among men. It's in heaven. The devil is trying to influence the authorship of the book. The will of man, our decisions are trying to influence the script of the book. But there is what God has ordained for our lives in the book. Those are the 3 possible authors. And 2, we said, we must know what a prophecy is, what it is not, or you get something that looks like it, and you think that's what it is, but it's not. Number 3, I also explained to you why the devil can give accurate predictions, accurate prophecies that look like what God can do. And the goal of this is to sharpen your discernment and let you know the difference between sorcery, necromancy, witchcraft, predictions of soothsayers, and a word from the Lord. I gave you 2 reasons. Please find this message on YouTube. It's just 2 weeks away. I gave you 2 reasons why a witch doctor can make a prediction and it will be correct at the end of the day. And the devil can make a prediction and be correct. I told you 2 things. First, he's a master student. The devil is a master student of patterns. 6,000-year-old patterns will hardly fail in contemporary time. He has access to experiences from your father's fathers, 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 fathers. I can create predictions about events now because that which was is that which is, that which is that which will be. So you can get a word and be like, I thought only God can see the future. Well, I thought God alone is everywhere, and God alone knows all things, and God feels all things. He's omniscient. He's what other omnis do we have? Omnipotent and omnibus. That means he feels all things. And then secondly, I told you that when the devil talks, he has agencies, he has machineries, he has minions, he has little demons that he releases in the direction of the things that he says. And so if we do nothing about a word that came from the enemy, because God alone knows all things, you may be wrong, because he can actually release power in the direction of things that he says. And those forces and powers can bring that word to pass, making it look like it was a sovereign word from the Lord. Number 4, you must understand the idea of books in heaven. So much like number 1, but it's unique if you listened to the message from last 2 weeks. Number 5, I said that it's important as you are in pursuit of a word from the Lord, a word for your year, a word for your family, a word for a particular business you've started, a genuine word from the Lord. One of the things you need to run away from is the fellowship of false brethren. Do you remember? Who remembers this? Okay. But you didn't get it in an outline like this, so I'm giving it to you. False brethren. I told you that the reason we have false teachers in town is because we have false brethren. And it is because they have hipped up teachers to themselves that will tell them what they want. They have an itching ear. This is why false teachers continue to survive and continue to lead God's flock astray, because the model of discipleship that allows the people to really know what is in the mind of the Lord and have an affinity for what is in God's mind, not just what their belly wants, has not properly, effectively been done.